Family, welcome to Wake Up Bama. Today is Friday. It is December 5th, and I'm going to play you the soundbite heard around the world from Coach Kalen DeBoer. Here it is. But first, let me ask you this. Did you really think, honestly, that there was any truth to Coach Kalen DeBoer flirting with Penn State? Do you think it was just outside noise? Do you think it was just made up? Do you think it was made for clickbait or whatever you want to call it? So here's that soundbite from SEC's championship preview on Thursday.
Yeah, Coach, I know this is a little off topic, but since we're all here for 30 minutes, just what do you think when people link you to the Penn State job and say that you and your family aren't happy at Alabama?
Yeah, we are extremely happy at Alabama. It's the first time I've been asked, so I appreciate you, Charlie. And we are extremely happy here. Love the challenge, love the grind, love this place. And there's never been any link. There's never been any conversation. There's never been any interest either way. And so I'm glad we can put that to bed right now.
So there you go. Straight from Coach Kalen DeBoer addresses the Penn State job. Okay. Number one, you don't have to answer. Do you think he's telling the truth? I mean, look, Coach Kalen DeBoer, and I've always thought, as soon as the Penn State stuff came up, I was like, there's no way in hell that somebody goes from Alabama to Penn State. I think it's the other way around. The only way that I could, maybe see that happening is if you don't win the Iron Bowl. Honestly, I think it was probably that was that big of a game last Saturday, and I know it's hard for us to think about that because here we stand going into the SEC championship game. But, I honestly, like in my heart and soul, and do you agree with this inside the comment box, that Lane Kiffin didn't make his decision till that next Sunday because I think he was waiting for the outcome of that game. I still feel that Lane Kiffin wants Alabama. That's my take. And I think he takes that job with LSU because he knows that Coach Kalen DeBoer is having success here. And the more success that he has here, the longer he's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So Coach Kalen DeBoer, look, I'm sure that Penn State wants someone like him. But look, you just heard it from him say that there's been no interest from Coach Kalen DeBoer, and that's just it. Now, did they reach out to his agent? Probably. It's Coach Kalen DeBoer. And the crazy thing is, look how many guys got hooked up from this whole Penn State situation. Penn State still does not have a job. All right. So I'm going to come back to this, but let's get to a couple orders of business real quick as we start Wake Up Bama. And I appreciate y'all being here right here on Bama Football on YouTube early in the morning. Okay. We're going to talk about this Alabama injury report headed into Georgia. And it's significant because there's a lot of starters on the board right here, right? We have 3 starters and somebody that is a contributor. Now, we will start with the guys on the left. Jam Miller, he is questionable. Now, I've heard that he's not going to play in this game. We'll see if that happens. Kalen DeBoer was asked about that earlier today. He said, look, it's going to still wait to see at the end of the week for Jam Miller as well as Josh Cuevas. So that's the update from him. I personally think that those guys don't play like if I was betting, but man, I was actually surprised that these guys are still on the questionable list. So we'll see if Jam and Josh do play or if they sit out this weekend. I'm guessing they sit. LT Overton, he's out, and Kelby Collins is out. But the interesting thing with LT Overton is we never heard what happened to him, and right away I think we feel it's an injury. Well, Coach Kalen DeBoer was asked about this on Thursday, and he said it was an illness. So man. And he said the same thing with Kelby Collins. So something must be going around. But, man, I was thinking it has to be the flu, right? If these guys are that sick now and they can't play on Saturday, because let's be honest, these are young men. Have you been sick and had a steroid shot before? I'm serious. I was like back. It was crazy. I was like right back in action, maybe even that day. So hopefully these guys get, the fluid in them, hit the sauna, and I can't believe that these guys are out for Saturday, unfortunately, until you're like, man, well, what's going to happen? Who's behind LT Overton, Kelby Collins? What's going to happen? So at that bandit position, you're going to have Keon Keeley and Jordan Renaud play in a very pivotal game. This is a game to win the SEC. the thing is, these guys are capable. I promise you. I'm not just everyone's good here at Bama. No. Like, these guys are really good. Jordan Renaud actually plays a little bit more than Keon Keeley, so I think you probably see a rotation of these two guys. As you can see on this graphic, 113 snaps for Jordan Renaud and 96 for Keon Keeley. Jordan Renaud is the most underrated defensive lineman that Alabama has. This guy has so much athleticism. Everybody sleeps on him. The name but it's like Keon Keeley, everybody's been waiting so long for him to get on the field. And he's played a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, don't sleep on Jordan Renaud. I promise you, this dude, ultra talented. At the tight end position, you have two tight ends that I really like. They're in development. Are either one like a playmaker? Not necessarily, but I think you get them inside the red zone, and if they have to catch a touchdown pass, they will. Specifically, Caleb Edwards. 6'6", 250 on the season, 8 for 108. Marshall Pritchett, 6'4", 45. We'll see how these guys do in a very big game. Can you imagine being a freshman playing in a game of this magnitude? At the running back position, if Jan Miller can't go, you got Daniel Hill, A.K. Deere, Draylon Washington, and Richard Young. Haven't seen too much of Richard Young. We saw him spot play against Eastern Illinois, but Daniel Hill, we'll see if he can do something. 57 carries on the season for 217. A.K. Deere, 16 for 130. And Draylon Washington, 14 for 59. Do you think there's a running back in this room that shines on Saturday? Do you think that Alabama is able to run the ball against Georgia on Saturday? If you had to ask me, I think they're going to be on the struggle bus. In terms of running the ball, I think it's going to have to come down to Ty Simpson being effective once again on, first down through third down. I really think that's what it comes down to. Before we get to the new running back that just signed with the University of Alabama, I want to talk to you about the SEC preview. And so what I did was I kind of packaged, and I hope you guys enjoy this. A commercial on here just means that I'm doing a transition. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go from Coach Kalen DeBoer, and I took a little bit of time to do this, Coach Kalen DeBoer to Kirby Smart. And I kind of go back and forth between the two coaches. I think it's a good preview of the two top coaches in the SEC previewing this college football matchup on Saturday. I really hope you enjoy this. Coming up next, Coach Kalen DeBoer, Kirby Smart, head-to-head, talking about this matchup. Really good stuff. And then we'll talk about Alabama's new signee. That's a running back. That's coming up next right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
Our guys are excited about this opportunity. It's one of the goals that we have in our program. And, once we state that goal, it's about, the work that goes into getting to this point. But we're looking forward to what we know is going to be a hard-fought contest against an extremely talented, physical Georgia team, one, that we respect a lot, and just looking forward to this challenge.
With what's on the line this week, how much does this feel like a playoff game?
Well, every game's a playoff game, because for us, every game to this point would have probably taken, us out of the SEC championship game or out of the playoffs. So, your back's against the wall every week in this conference. It's not new to either team. So it's the next one. And you can't make it bigger than it is. It's a big moment. It's a chance for an SEC championship. And around our place, they put numbers up, in the banners in the hallways for when you win SEC championships. And that's significant to me. These kids, these players, they want an opportunity to win this conference. They mostly grew up around this conference, and they know how hard it is to achieve an SEC championship. So we want to be at our best, and we got a elite opponent to go against to do it.
I feel like our guys are continuing trajectory up. They continue to get stronger. We have proof of that. We can see that, and they feel it on the football field. And then, there's a mentality that you're building, and some of it comes from the strength, and some of it comes from the stamina that these guys have. But it also comes from just a real belief that you have through reps that you've talked about. Situations from a year ago that we were in where, we've had a chance to learn from them. All of our experiences that have shaped what this team is and, how we've come through only make us believe even more, give us that much more confidence. And so time and time again, it might not always be the end of the game. It might be earlier in a game where, end of the half, a 2-minute drive, the way, your defense gets a stop and the offense can go out there and put even just 3 points on the board, in our clutch period there. So just our guys, really, I think when you look at our team, it's a balanced team. It's a team that believes in each other. We understand our identity, being physical, tough, physically and mentally tough, and then also just, winning the turnover margin. That's a big deal for us. And going out there and playing for 60 minutes. Our guys are going to leave it on the football field.
I think the caliber of the two teams this year is indicative of what it is every year. You've got two great programs that both played really tough in-conference schedules, and will battle for an SEC championship in Atlanta on Saturday. So our guys are excited. We're honored to be there. And got tremendous respect for Alabama, Coach DeBoer, the job he's done, the gauntlet his players went through in terms of the games they had to play, and them earning their right to play as well.
I think what you see between us and Georgia now, you see two teams that do what you need to do. You say it, but you do it. Doing it is the key, and that's improve each and every week. Learn from your mistakes. Understand your strengths. Develop players. There's new guys on both of our teams that are making plays that probably weren't as big a part of the game plan back in week 4, and so. That's a tribute to Coach Smart and what he does with his program, developing their players, and I know that's something we take a lot of pride in as well. So, you understand what that game was about, but you also understand more who you are now. There are things that you maybe tried or that that didn't go as well the first time around that you learn a lesson or two from. But there's an identity now, and you still got to do what you do. But it has changed some because it's, 8 games, since we played that one. So both teams have continued to evolve. Both teams have continued to improve.
I think we're both dealing with different injuries, and so there'll be a lot of next man up mentality in this game. And, a lot of times that plays a role in it. Maybe it wasn't the same matchup the last time. It's a different matchup this time. And where that highlights or helps or changes for each team, who knows? We'll find out.
What would winning a conference championship mean to your team to be able to lift that trophy on Saturday night? Does the conference championship still resonate with players today?
Oh, this is a huge deal for us. Again, all the questions that are getting asked about the playoffs, we are completely focused on the excitement of playing for the SEC championship, because that's, again, the epitome of all championships, and just excited about what this means to our program, how important it is, and wanting to carry on the tradition of what's been done in the past. Again, we know we got a great challenge with a really good Georgia team, and a ton of respect to them. So that makes it even all the more worth everything that we're fighting for.
Yeah, that's. I wonder if you asked the coaches. I know you're excited about playing for SEC championship game, but do you think that we should do away with the conference championship game? That would be honestly, right? Wouldn't that be an interesting question? Do you think the coaches would still like to, have the SEC championship game? Look, what are the teams really earning from this game, right? The guys are banged up. You're telling me they wouldn't like an extra week for their guys to rest and so that they could focus on the signing day? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just everything is boxed into this one little week, and I'm even overwhelmed. I can't even imagine from coaching a program where you have signing day, when you have the SEC championship, you have the playoffs on Sunday. It's crazy. But Alabama, they reeled in a new running back, Signee. Okay, he is a signee out of Huntsville, Texas. That committed to Alabama and signed with Alabama on Thursday. It kind of all happened at once. Traeshawn Brown, class of 2026. So now Alabama has 2 running backs in this class. I was wondering, they're really just going to take one running back? Jabari Barnett was committed at a point in time. He ended up committing to Illinois. So you have Traeshawn Brown coming in. And he didn't really have a lot of big offers at all. I think the school that offered him was like Boise State. That might have been his biggest offer. I was going through his offer list. He had like North Texas, New Mexico State. Roll Aggies, right? But in the end, he picks Alabama. So he's not even ranked. So I don't even think guys from On3 or Rivals or ESPN have had an opportunity to evaluate him. Think about how many running backs are in the country. Yeah, he's from Texas, but a big state, right? So under the radar type guy. I do trust Courtney Morgan's evaluations, and that's not me trying to like sell you on someone. It's just like the guy is the best in the business in terms of finding people. This is his job. 2,900 yards, 25 touchdowns. So you're like, all right, well, let's run the tape on him. Yeah, let's do it. All right, let me take a quick little transition right here, and let's run the tape on our boy, and let's see what Traeshawn Brown has in store for us. All right, because I was like, we gotta highlight this kid, and I was like, when can we do it? And I was like, how about Wake Up Bama? All right, so here we go. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let's check out his highlights. Traeshawn Brown out of Huntsville. See what you got. So what is he? 5'10", 190. So what I see right there is burst. Okay, so I'm seeing some good burst from him. That's me. And I'm always curious what the running back does right here at the first level, but what can you do at that second level? With the second level is right there. He's got a lot of speed, a lot of explosiveness, and you'll see he can make people miss on the back end. Here he is right here, being patient, gets a good block to the outside. He finishes in the end zone, goes out of bounds right there. Reading his blocks, getting up to that second level. Taking the handoff. Make him miss, cut up field. There you go. Playmaking ability right there. I'm writing that down. Right? And he's got a really good burst too. You know who else has a good burst on this team is like Kevin Riley. As soon as he hits the hole, right, he's like, boom, he's gone. So I like what I see in terms of what he can do. Here he is working at the second level. Makes a man miss, puts him in the dirt. So, what have your thoughts? What's your early assessment about Traeshawn Brown? New running back coming in. Here he is at the second level again. Holds the football in. So from the quick highlights that I can show you, I like what I see, right? And when you kind of fast forward to next year, what will the running back room look like? Well, here you go, okay? And as I've been saying lately, we don't know who's going to transfer, who's going to still be here, who's leaving. So I got Richard Young, Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, A.K. Deere, Xavier Crowell, and Traeshawn Brown. That's a lot of mouths to feed. That's a lot of big running backs. That's a lot of really good running backs. Feel good about the experience. I feel good about the youth. And I'm really excited to see if Xavier Crowell can really, get on the field instantly here at Alabama in the running back room. Do you think so? You think that Xavier Crowell plays like as soon as possible? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, his highlights are just unbelievable, right? So this is what Alabama's class looks like so far. So they got 21. This should say 21 up here. And they have 21 guys in after Traeshawn Brown has signed it. And it's never like a numbers thing, right? It really never is. It's always about getting the players that fit in the system. We are on a flip watch. This will take place today, I guess. But I would take that with a grain of salt. Like all this stuff is fluid, especially when it comes to signing or bidding wars. This is Bryson Cooley. And he's 6'6", 315-pound tackle. Tackles are hard to come by. They're expensive. You don't want to overpay for anybody, but, man, I think you need tackles. So let's see what happens today on Friday. I don't have a time when he's going to announce. Let me ask you inside the comment box. Maybe you've been watching it as of late. Where do you think that Bryson Cooley ends up? Do you think he ends up flipping from LSU to Bama? Do you think the bidding war goes to Lane Kiffin and LSU? Let me know inside the comment box, but we will be keeping tabs on Bryson Cooley throughout the day. And as news happens, we'll get you covered right here on Bama Football on YouTube. All right, I was looking at this. Check this out. These are some weird numbers in this game. All right, so SEC football by the numbers, okay? And then I got to Ask Me Anything coming up here in a second where I answer your questions that you posted for me inside the comment box, okay? Alabama is 4-0 against Georgia in SEC championship games. 2012, 18, 21, 23. Interesting. How about this one? Kirby Smart is 1-7 against Alabama with his only win coming in the 2021 national title game after losing the 2021 SEC title game. What? Alabama is a perfect 8-0 at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That is crazy. Georgia has won 8 straight games since losing to Alabama late in September, climbing back to the number 3 rankings in the college football playoff rankings. So there you have it. I think some of those numbers are weird, right? Like Kirby Smart being 1-7 all time against Bama, and Bama being a perfect 8-0 at the Mercedes Stadium. Wow, those are some really, really weird numbers. All right, let's look at that was weird. Let's look at here we go. By the numbers. Okay, I have no idea. Why what's going on here? All right, let's see. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's look at the mailbag. You guys ask the questions. I answer your guys' questions, okay? So this is the mailbag, and the first question from Big Young says, Kyle, after everything that this team has fought through, the doubt, the injuries, the noise, the pressure, what does it mean to you to see all these players still standing here with the chance to write their own legacy on Saturday? What a beautiful question, bro. Yo, man, this team had it. They had the right mentality coming in from the springtime. As soon as nobody left the portal, into the portal, as soon as this team bought in and got behind Coach Kalen DeBoer and started moving with the momentum of the life instead of like fighting life. You know, sometimes, have you ever tried to go like against the grain on everything? Have you ever tried to do like go against, like just against the flow? It never works out, man. It's always better just to ride with it. And I think as soon as they just stayed together as a team, followed their quarterback, Ty Simpson, followed their coach, Kalen DeBoer, and I think the season has been really fun to watch. The thing is, I think sometimes people see the season as a little bit jaded because they've lost 2 games. Those people are not yet living in the reality of the new college football world. The new college football world is crazy, okay? It's like the NFL light. I've tried to explain that to you many different times. Think about this. What are they, 3 points away from being 8-0 in SEC play? That's crazy. You know your NFL team is not undefeated, okay? And that's just not going to be the case in college football, especially in the SEC. If Lane Kiffin thinks he's going to come in and just be undefeated this next season, he's crazy, okay? Nobody's going to do that. You're going to take L's from time to time, but it's going to be the team that can withstand those type of injuries, that can still stand in face of adversity and be here at the SEC championship game. Love what they've done collectively, and I do think that their depth on the defensive side will continue to carry them. Good question. Let's see. Florida Panthers, what's up, dog? I appreciate you. Or is that Panhandlers? Something like that. Kyle, what do you think our biggest gains on signing day were from the guys we recruited in the trenches? Noah Wilson on the defensive line. I've been talking about him. I need to showcase his highlights. And he's a wrecking ball, okay, built to challenge offensive linemen 100%. And then I think, from the offensive line perspective, that's a good question. I don't know, Bear Fretwell, maybe. Maybe he can be kind of an under-the-radar type guy. I think he's like a 3 or 4 star, big kid, like 6'6", 6'7". I like his name. I don't know if he's like going to be an instant starter, but I think picking up him long-term was important. I mean, all the offensive linemen, whether you're talking Jared Doughty, Chris Booker, I mean, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. You needed offensive linemen. Tyrell Miller, junior college guy, came in as well. I don't think it's the strongest part of their class, but you need guys always that are in development within the offensive line. This next question, RTR Bama says, do you think Grubb has been holding back plays so we won't see them on film, saving them to surprise other teams? Hell yeah. That guy has more plays that nobody has seen. It's wild. We've seen, a couple recycled plays, but this guy comes up with more trickery than I've ever seen in football. I have never seen a coach run more trick plays than Ryan Grubb. Have you? I'm talking like the oop-de-oop. Remember in who's seen that? You remember this? Varsity Blues. And he comes out and he's like, clink, clink, clink. Stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. Stick to the basics on like 3rd and 2. We don't need a reverse on 3rd and 2. Line up, give it to Daniel Hill, get the first down. I don't want to see Caden Proctor out there at wide receiver. Okay, I know this happened before in this game. That was the time that Crispy was born, huh? The time Crispy was born was in Athens. Damn it. That means Crispy's going to have to do something in this game. I'm sorry, but he is. I expect Crispy to either throw a pass, catch something, or be the quarterback in like a tush push. Oh, man. I don't know what is happening over here. All right. That's weird. I don't know why it keeps going to that screen. Kyle, do you think Grubb has been holding back? Okay. What? Okay. This is so weird. Yo. So I'm going to Yo Alabama, who's a poster here. This is really weird. All right. Let's see. We'll just go to the next one. Sorry about that. I've never seen that happen. Maybe it's because it copied the username. I don't know. Couple more to finish out. Why does Georgia always seem to mount these late comebacks against DeBoer and Alabama? Is it lack of adjustments from the Tide, more conservative second-half play calling, or is it something else? What it is it's damn good coaching by Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart is a wonderful coach at second-half adjustments. I'm telling you, and you can look it up, they were trailing a lot of the teams that they played this year. I know off the top of my head they were trailing Mississippi State, they were trailing Auburn, they were trailing Florida. Did I say Tennessee? They were trailing Bama. A couple other games, they were always behind, but they were able to make second-half adjustments and come back. That's a sign of a good football team. You have to play the entire 60 minutes to beat this team, 1,000,000%. You're not going to beat this team with just first quarter and a second-half effort. We've seen that last year, and this year these guys came back. So I would not, look. Don't play conservative against these guys. You have to score touchdowns more than field goals. Georgia will come back 100%. Yeah, these guys are tough. All right, and then our last question is this one, Kyle. Easy question. Oh, it looks daunting. All right, do you honestly think the College Football Playoff Committee moving Alabama up in the rankings after barely squeaking out a win against a team with no coach was warranted? A lot of people on the outside, the SEC said it wasn't. That the committee only did it to make sure Alabama got in, to help keep Coach Kalen DeBoer and to make the SEC look better so they could get more teams in even if they didn't deserve it. No, I think what happened, and I appreciate the question, I think what happened was when Texas A&M, when they lost the football game, it actually hurt Notre Dame's resume because previously to that, Notre Dame was kind of living off that, they played an undefeated team by within 1 point. But now Texas A&M, they lost a game, right? And I think that hurt Notre Dame's overall resume. On top of that, I think that the committee honestly did value Alabama's win on the road against Auburn. It's a very challenging place to win. We know that, right? So being able to win on the road, you look to Alabama's overall resume, how they did against top 25 teams, their marquee win against Georgia. They have a much better resume than that of Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is certainly a bubble team right now, and I think maybe the committee is kind of telling them, hey, stop putting us in a tough position and join a conference. And if you join a conference and you win your conference, shoot, you know what I'd do if I was Notre Dame? Because Notre Dame, smart, right? They do have an easy route by being independent and picking and choosing who they play, but go pick the ACC. You could win the ACC, right? I think the ACC is up for the taking. So maybe the committee is kind of being like, yo, join a conference, but I don't know. But does Bama definitely deserve it? Yeah. The only way that Alabama doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs is if we get to Saturday and Georgia completely dominates and Alabama plays terrible. Ty Simpson throws 3 interceptions and the wheels fall off and Ryan Grubb is yelling at DeBoer and, it's 42-0 and it's just like the unthinkable. And they just get, completely BTA from Georgia. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think it's a pretty equal type game. I do have, the edge still going to Bama and feel confident about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's program of Wake Up Bama right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Of course, I will be live at 10 a.m. taking your guys' calls. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Get inside the comment box with questions that you might have for me regarding the SEC championship game, recruiting, whatever it is. I got you covered. Have a blessed day. See you at 10 a.m. right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you, fam.